Welcome to another episode of Eat Smoke Drink. Today I'm going to review the Arturo Fuente Anejo Shark. Right, this is a very popular stick. In fact, it's so popular that most stores will have them sold out. Even the Casa Fuente stores in America, most of them struggle to keep up with the stock of this. I'm reviewing this to tell you, is it worth the hype? Is it worth it? Shall you bust your nuts to go and get it from shops? Let's find out. And I'm pairing this today with a SMOS, Single Malt of Scotland, nevis 22-year-old. The reason why I'm pairing it is because this is quite a strong, oily cigar, and I feel like an overwhelming sensation today of just overwhelming of flavors, and this is also a very much an overwhelming whiskey, very heavy, very complex and full of character. So let's get cutting, toasting and lighting. So first impressions, toothy wrapper, oily as hell, notes of cocoa, coffee, cedar, pretty oily smelling, Medium to light draw, it's like a torpedo type, it's a strange shape, it starts off thin, it goes quite fat, it's box press. I think it's about 60 ring gauge here, and it gets quite thin at the top there. First impressions, the smoke output is very healthy, very thick, oily, definitely oily, quite spicy. This is going to be a strong cigar. Quite spicy, very well aged tobaccos in there. You can definitely taste that fermentation of that tobacco. You can definitely taste that, and that's what makes it the añejo as well, extra old. It's very spicy, not peppery but spiced, like almost like a chili spice, some cinnamon, but coffee, espresso notes is the main theme, a little bit woody, and it's had a sweetness there as well. See you in the first third. Impressions so far in the first third, or approaching the first third. Smoke output is fantastic, not too thick. Actually, I do like the thick output, but it's quite thick. And it's got a very strange flavor to it. It's quite potent, it's quite powerful in the mouth. A slightly sour note to it. A little bit of bitterness, a little sour. The sour is from the super aged tobaccos in there. The old tobacco adds quite a sour note to it, which is not a bad thing. It's a sign of good fermentation, a good pickling. Very earthy as well. Coffee, chocolate, a little bit of spice. It's mellowed out now since it started to warm up and loosen up. So first impressions so far, fantastic cigar, awesome, and quite a powerful stick. See you in the second third. So now I'm approaching the end of the second third. This cigar is quite a powerful cigar. It's not for the faint-hearted. If you like your mild, easily approachable cigars, I don't recommend this at all. It is very, very potent. Flavor-wise, it is also potent, very rich. It's actually more flavor-wise, it's extremely rich. It's like having a triple chocolate mud cake. That is really what it comes down to. The ferment and pickle sourness is still there, which is great. I love that flavor, but it's becoming less mocha, more espresso. The spice is becoming more pronounced. It's like a medley of spice. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's a spice with a little bit of heat. Not pepper, not black pepper, because I don't like those kind of cigars, which is, I'm glad that it's not one of those. More like I'll probably say like a hint of cayenne pepper spice, a heat to the tongue. But the smoke output has become much oilier since I started. And as you can see, the smoke output is becoming thicker, and I'll tell you why. Is because it becomes a funnel right in the end, and so as you get through the end, it becomes stronger and stronger. And I'm predicting that as I get towards the last third, I mean, depends on your mood. If you're going to nub something like this, some people nub it because it's a premium stick, they have to nub it. But I can guess that when you get to about there, it's going to start to become so strong, so intense, that it's probably not going to be worth smoking unless maybe this is your second cigar and your tongue is numb. But so far the flavor profile has been a very good transition to becoming more and more potent very slowly. It's on an exponential trend to getting potent, which some cigars suddenly change and become super potent. But that's a good sign of good aging, good blending of a cigar. So see you in the last third. I'm now in the home stretch, and I'm actually going to finish this quite soon because it is a very, very strong and rich cigar. I'm amazed though, because with good cigars you don't get that spike in flavor. So the flavor has been very sustained, has been very stable, it's been very delicious. Now this whiskey really suits this particular cigar. It's a heavy sherry cask whiskey. The reason why is because it's sweeter and it balances out the very, very deep and complex characters of this cigar. So this whiskey is quite sweet, quite minerally. It's high ABV, but it's very sweet, so it kind of balances that flavor. But this particular cigar is definitely not for the faint-hearted. I will tell you now, if you like mild cigars and easy smoking cigars, smaller ring gauge cigars, then maybe buy one of these and just keep it for a while and have it for a special occasion. It's not something that you would want to have just casually. It is very strong. It's going to give you a bit of a buzz, and it's very rich. I mean, it's just like eating massive amounts of pork belly or ribs or something, you know. It's just so rich, so rich. The smoke output is fantastic. Have a look. Very good smoke output, very oily. The pickle fermented leaf flavor is something that dominates a cigar. That's a sign of a good old cigar. Bitterness of espresso, sweetness, a little bit of chocolate. This cigar is sweet, it's a little sour, it's a little bitter, it's spicy, it's not well balanced at all. It is actually the flavors are all pronounced. But would I recommend you getting this? I definitely would, for two reasons. Why? It's a great smoke, fantastic cigar. But two, it's extremely hard to find, very rare. So we all know that cigar trading is something that we all trade with each other. People have collections of cigars, so if you buy one of these and you decide not to like it, you can actually use it as a cigar-and-see. Get it? Cigar-and-see. A currency to trade for other rarer sticks, because most people will want to trade it and try it. Thank you for joining me today. And by the way, you're probably thinking, wow, there's a little bit more left in that. Yes, there's probably another 25 minutes, 20 minutes of smoking left in that. I've been taking it slow with this cigar, but I have a policy. Just because a cigar is good doesn't mean you have to smoke it to the end until it, F's you up. You don't have to do that. Finish it on a high, because if you don't, then the last puff you'll remember is a shit puff. So I'm going to finish right here, maybe a couple more puffs actually, a couple of sneaky puffs. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, make sure you eat, smoke and you drink.